Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Wake Up Flow. Tuesdays, we do a little bit of work with some Tai Chi forms. Tai Chi and Qigong very related. Tai Chi actually a specific type of Qigong. I do get asked the question periodically, well, what's the difference? I've heard of Tai Chi, but what's this Qigong thing? The principal difference, they have largely the same benefits. The movements are very similar. The breath work is very important in each one. The thing you'll note different in Tai Chi is that in the movements themselves, you will note a martial aspect to them. So there will be things that look like kicking or blocking or punching. In some way, you can detect that combat flavor to Tai Chi that you really don't see that much in Qigong. The other difference that you'll see in the execution of the forms is there's a lot of footwork in Tai Chi. I like to think of Tai Chi as more of a choreographed version of Qigong. We're largely standing in place in Qigong and doing multiple repetitions, almost like exercise, on each side to balance things out. In Tai Chi, we'll often not necessarily have things completely balanced out, but there will be some moving around. So it's not unusual for Tai Chi to, require a 10 by 10 or 10 by 12 space or 12 by 12 space in order to get the forward and backward and side to side movements in that go along with the prescribed set. So we like the forms. They are very similar. And so we'll often incorporate them into Qigong sets, but do them in a slightly different way than we would do them if we were doing them as part of a Tai Chi set. Let's begin like we normally do, though. Let's get warmed up a little bit first. So feet about shoulder width, hips width apart. Knees are nice and soft, a little bit of bounce here. Upper torso is erect. You can imagine your head being pulled to lengthen the spine. That will automatically tuck your chin back a little bit. And then we just begin to turn from side to side, letting the arms swing free. Just getting a little bit of movement, a little bit of rhythm into the movement. We get the body, get a little fluid moving in the joints. And then let's take the hands into loose fists and begin tapping. Tapping on the lower belly and lower back to start. There are a number of very specific tapping disciplines. One you probably run into or heard of is EFT, emotional freedom tapping. And they use various points that from the Eastern movement disciplines we recognize as acupressure points, or points along the meridians. This is waking up our energy center, our lower dantian. And so the front hand travel up the body. Begin tapping into the hollow space where the shoulder meets the chest. If that doesn't sound familiar to you, just take a pause. Put your finger on your sternum and then just walk them over. And they're going to fall into a little hollow area here, right where the shoulder and chest meet. That's our knocking point. This one used in the tapping disciplines to relieve stress and anxiety. And in the Eastern movement traditions, which work with the meridian lines in the body. This one is at the end of the lung meridian. And it is a point used among other things we tap on to promote immunity. Let's extend that just a little bit and take the hand up over the shoulder and just kind of let the hands go loose. Open up the fists. And your tap becomes a little more of a slap. Continuing to tap on the lower back. Now taking the front arm up and over the shoulder. let's begin to consciously shift the weight from side to side a bit. So we work our way back down, all the way to the belly. And then enough weight shift to roll to the inside and outside of each foot. Strength and flexibility in the ankles helps us with balance. Well studied for their benefits in the reduction of falling risk. Strong, flexible ankles are a foundation of that. And let's let the arms float back off the body, letting that tap turn into a bit of a reach. And just let the momentum of the arms swinging across carry that trailing heel off the floor. Yeah, let's begin to focus the breath a bit. Breathing in through the nose if you're able. Drawing the breath down deep into the belly. Use the abdominal breathing throughout. Breathing in through the nose if you can. And then taking the out breath through either the mouth or the nose. So let's slow this down. And we'll get ready to connect to that breath. The magic of this is in the breath. The body moves in harmony with the breath. All sorts of wonderful things happen. And shrink this down. Work our way back to our starting position. Neutral position we call Wuji. And let's connect to the breath. Breathing in. Spread the elbows apart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then as you breathe out, hold it all back in and gently round the back. Call this spinal cord breathing. You may see it referred to by a few other names, but that's the common one here in the West. Deep breath in as we expand. Full breath out as we relax and release. Let's add a little turn to the top. Just a gentle twist of the upper spine. Bring it back to center to exhale. Let's do one more on each side. And as we rise, step the feet together. Hands all loosely to the sides. Close your eyes. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Check in. Perhaps even set an intention for your practice today. Morning practices are quite short. It only takes 10-15 minutes of this a day to derive some benefits from it. We go a little deeper later in the morning. A longer practice, 35-ish minutes. A little extra warm-up and flexibility work in that one, and a longer meditative cool down from those. This is all the time you can spare. By all means, take advantage of this short session for yourself. Let your gaze come back to the room. Let's let the hands float up to about shoulder height. Turn the palms to the sky. On and out breath. Turn the hands over, let them float down. And let's just fly a bit. One more time up here on the sides. And then stepping out with either foot. Step out to the side, back to your hips width stance, and let the hands float up in front. Breathing in and breathing out. So we open the flow. Breathing in, we rise, wind beneath your wings. Breathing out, it floats down. And on the way down, you can just let your whole body melt down. Just relax. All right, stay with me now. As the arms rise, they round out like you're hugging a tree and then expand. Breathing out. Come on back in. Flatten the palms and let them float down. Rise, round out, expand, broaden out the chest. And on the out breath, bring it all back in. Let's do one more like that. All right, stay with me. Rise and expand, but this time, as the hands come in, imagine yourself capturing a large ball. One hand on the top, one hand on the bottom, and sink on down as you catch the ball. Expand, come on back in. The other hand floats to the top of the ball. Large ball, and think of it as capturing the moon. And each time we come in, let's let the moon become a little smaller. Until it's just a small ball. And maybe we think of this as capturing a pearl. All right, stay with me now. Capture that pearl. Now let your bottom hand float away. Turn the other hand over. That float away hand come back and press forward. Breathing in, toss the back hand away. Breathing out, let it press forward. As we fend off the monkey. Chances are you don't have a real monkey to fend off, but now that we're firmly into the work week, probably dealing with a little monkey mind. Just push that away for a few minutes. Now, if you've done Tai Chi before, you recognize this movement, but you're used to doing it as you step backwards. This is used at the end of section 1 in the Yang style 24 form to get us back to where we started. Let's take one more. Now let this hand fall away. Step out diagonally and toss the bottom hand away. Both hands spiral around in a circle. toss that backhand, that bottom hand away, like you're tossing away a frisbee. As we part the wild horse's mane. This will be our last regular form. One more time, and then pause just a bit. Hold this one in, turn the other one over, recapture the ball. Let's go the other direction for a few. Breathing in as we reload it, hands spiral, and then breathing out as we toss away. Let's take one more, hold it in. Hold in, catch the ball. Now, give that ball a little spin, flatten the palms, let them float down. Let's close. Arms rise overhead, palms turn toward the floor. Press the palms. Let's do that one more time. And as the hands reach the bottom, come together, hand over hand. Just place those over the lower belly. Step your feet a little closer together, close your eyes. Let's finish with 3 long, deep breaths. And as you release that third breath, go ahead and release the hands back to the sides. Bring your gaze back to the room. Give everything a little shake out. And thanks for joining me for the Wake Up Flow. We're back in a few hours with a full session. If you want to join me for that one, give me a holler on a DM or something. And have a great day. Namaste.